public fence, the public sidewalk. See, I'm getting all twisted up. Hello.
Hey, Stan.
Hey.
That's right. See that I missed the call, but I don't know what time.
I'm outside right now at the barking dog's house, and she's getting ready to call the police because I sprayed the dog with a shotgun of water, and I'm gonna keep doing it until he backs off the fence.
Well, I don't see any reason to get into it with the police on that.
Well, she is. I'm not. She is. She is.
Their fence.
Well, it's a public. The sidewalk is public. People have a right to go. I've seen people walk on the street to keep from the barking dog. And you said that the dog had bit somebody.
One of the dogs ripped my arm open one time over the fence.
Okay.
And Joey years ago got bitten in their backyard playing with one of their boys.
Okay. So the dogs have bit people before.
Well, they would have been different dogs. It's years ago.
Yeah, different dogs, but same situation. So let's call the police and let's get a situation going where we can stop this once and for all. There's got to be a city ordinance against this, right?
Well, there's a barking noise ordinance and a dangerous animal ordinance. But,
exactly.
The barking dog ordinance, I think, is if they bark continuous for 2 hours, which their previous dogs would do that, but these dogs don't because they're not out all the time. But I'll tell you something. I don't know if it'll help you or not. I don't know about the end of the fence, the front fence at the sidewalk at the driveway. I don't know where that is on the property, but the end of the fence on my end is 18 inches out on the city property. That's why the sidewalk curves in front of their house.
Right.
But anyway, I don't know if it'll help you or not. I don't know if I can get into it with the police or, I mean, basically you can walk down the other side of the street.
But why should you walk on the other side of the street, Ron? Because they co-opt the whole sidewalk? They co-opt the whole sidewalk and they have the right to do that.
I walk on the other side of the street because the barking is so loud it hurt my ears.
Exactly. And they don't care. They don't care.
Oh, they've had barking dogs for as long as I've lived here, for over 20 years.
20 years of barking dog in the neighborhood. That's a shock.
And years ago they had 9 barking dogs.
9?
They had 5 in front and 4 in back.
Wow.
And the city limit is 4 dogs over 6 months old, and they had 9 for years.
Yeah. So they've been breaking city ordinances for years and getting away with it. Because nobody has the courage to stand up and tell her she's wrong. And she is wrong.
They know that. They know that dogs have bitten people, over the years. I don't know that it will change. But anyway, I don't know if it's worth it. It's up to you. I don't know that it's worth getting into the police.
Act 2. Training the dog not to bark on the fence. See, it's real simple. Spray him with water, he gets the message, it's not a good idea. But since it's not a good idea, I can walk up and down. Hey! Look. I can really walk up and down the fence. And I don't have to worry about a barking dog. And Callie don't have to worry about it either. Because she's a cat. You know they like barking at cats. So now the dog is over there, afraid of the water gun that the owner should have done years ago. That the owner is in violation of city ordinances about barking dogs. But the owner says that's what dogs do. They bark. They bite too. Trained ones can do all kinds of things. And military dogs do all kinds of things. And there's dogs that work with the CIA. So dogs do all kinds of things and they bark on the fence too. So it's a matter of a POV, point of view, with your dog. Train your dog not to be a nuisance to your neighbors in the neighborhood. Obviously, the lady doesn't care. Now the dog is backed off the fence. We can clearly walk through the fence. As you can see, my neighbor was talking about that the fence is actually on city property. So it's actually, the fence is on public property. So the dog is actually jumping on the fence on public property. So the fence line is incorrect. And he pointed it out by pointing to this post right here. That this post is the line right here. So this much of the fence is on city property. From here on is on city property. So when the dog jumps on the fence, it's actually jumping on city property, and they don't even know it. They don't even know it, that their foolishness has now caught up to them. And yes, I'm willing to take a ride on a police car to make the point. And this will be posted on Scott Branson 8742 YouTube. It's not live, it's recorded, but you know, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Want some more? You're gonna back off me, bud. You will never bark at me again. That's right. Your days of barking at me is over. What do you think? Can you handle it? I doubt it. He said no. The police have showed up at the lady's house, and they are going to address the issue of the barking dog. Of course, I have everything on film. The water gun is right here, and I'm on my own property, so let's see what the police are going to do and say. The Springfield police have come to investigate the water gun shooting of a dog at a house. I'm sure that they are busy with other things, but hey, you know what? It's a complaint. You got to check them out. So you know, I don't blame them. You have to check out complaints. It did take a while because I guess water is not a real danger issue. You know, getting wet. People get wet all the time. Dogs do too. So it wasn't a dangerous issue. Just a complaint from an old lady that doesn't know how to train her dog, that the police have to waste their time to investigate and probably come and interview me. Now, they're probably going to check for arrest records and all kinds of stuff like that, which I'm not going to give them because I'm on private property and my license is in the house, and I'm not going to do it. So I have the right to refuse, right to remain silent. Anything I say can and will be used against me in a court of law. I mean, that's the law. So I have a right to remain silent. So I will be careful on the questions I answer and the responses I give. But this is the city police department of Springfield. I won't say the state, but I guess you can guess it. There's Springfields all over the nation and the world. So anyway, it's in the Ozarks. That's the clue. So here is the standoff with the dog and the lady that is in violation of many city ordinances. She needs to be fined and told that the dog cannot jump on the city fence. We found out that the fence is now the city fence because they built the fence on city property. So the dog is actually jumping on public property fence. Whether they understand it or not, that is irrelevant to the case we have now. So I'm waiting for the police to show up. This will be posted on Scott Branson. I'm trying to make it not such a short, or maybe it can be a short, I don't know. So we'll make it a short and attach it to the longer video that the police have arrived to address the issue.